So I was browsing the internet and I came across C3.ai stock, which I hadn't really followed in a while. But I noticed that it had been on quite a bit of a run lately. And I'm pretty sure this had to do with the ChatGPT talk and everything going on with AI. So I decided to take a look at a few other companies in the AI space. And boy, was I surprised at what I saw. Like, all these stocks have been on quite a tear lately. We're talking about GameStop type numbers. If you remember what happened in, I believe it was 2021 with the GameStop rally. We're talking about that type of performance here. So I decided to do some research to see what the general consensus is and what analysts were thinking about the movement that we're seeing in the AI space lately. And I came across an article that I want to share with you guys. So I'll read the article, just a little tidbit from the article, and then we'll come back and we'll break it down in detail. So take a look at this. So the article reads, the stock market hype machine has come for artificial intelligence. Feels a little like 2017 in the market right now. That was the height of the rush for companies to slap blockchain on their corporate name or throw the term around in press releases hyping new products and partnerships. The trend was perhaps best summed up in this Reuters headline: Long Island IC skyrockets after renaming itself Long Blockchain. It didn't work out well. This time, it's artificial intelligence. Exhibit A is BigBear.ai, the provider of an end-to-end data analytics platform operationalizing artificial intelligence and machine learning at scale, came public via SPAC in a transaction that closed on December 8, 2021. The shares finished that session that day at $9.25. Today, they're trading at around $5.50. Big Bear doesn't make money, of course. Its main customers are federal government, including the Department of Defense. Another DSPAC, voice AI platform maker SoundHound, is up about 90% this year and down more than 50% from when it started trading in April 2022. Then, there's C3.ai. Founded by software veteran Thomas Siebel in 2009, it's a relative granddaddy. It didn't IPO until December 2020 at $42 a share. It's trading below $27 now, but has more than doubled this past year, catching a particular surge after it released its C3 generative AI for enterprise search. And then the article goes on to talk about how AI could change the world, etc., etc., etc. So if we're talking about what we're seeing in this article, I 100% agree. I agree 100%. See, what I like to call this is investors jumping on trends. So like I call this trend jumping, which is, investors see like something that is in the news around a breakthrough technology or something that's relatively new, and they want to jump on it. We saw the same thing back in 2017 with crypto, when everyone was jumping on crypto and everyone was talking about, Bitcoin and all that stuff before it eventually crashed. And now we're seeing it here. AI is the craze, so AI done everything, put your money in everything AI. That's exactly what we're seeing right here. So it's easy to guess that ChatGPT is the reason for all this AI chatter, because as we can see, even Microsoft is getting to the AI game by integrating ChatGPT into Bing, but it's a little bit deeper than that. So let's get right into it. Let's see if we can unpack this a little bit more. So this is not just about trying to find the next ChatGPT or the next ChatGPT competitor, because let's face it, ChatGPT is just one use case. ChatGPT at its core is a chatbot. It's not the first time that we've seen AI in the market. As we're all aware, AI has been around for quite some time. The most evident case has been with voice assistants being provided by Google or Siri or Alexa. Even Samsung has their own voice assistant. So AI is nothing new. We've seen a use case with AI. Now, what makes this different is that ChatGPT has shown a practical use of AI that is not a chatbot, that can be used by the wider masses and not just in nerd circles. Sure, like we've seen AI being used for things like image processing and also to speed up or improve our processing efficiency. But as far as talking about a use case that is widely used and widely understood by the general population, to the extent where even like someone who has no connection to technology can understand exactly what that use case is within a second and talk about it, that is something that ChatGPT has been able to do, which is why there's such a big buzz around it. Now, I'm not discounting the other use cases. I'm just saying that ChatGPT is the most popular one based on its ease of use and its ease of comprehension around how it's supposed to be used. So based on all the hype and the discussion with ChatGPT, companies have recognized that there's a sharp demand for AI-powered solutions or AI solutions in general. So now they're rushing to either create your own AI solution or integrate AI within existing processes, which is why we're seeing things like, Microsoft integrating ChatGPT into its Bing search, I believe Google is also working on their own ChatGPT competitor or AI sort of solution. And, like we've already seen things like AI being used in digital art, like I mentioned before, AI being used to assist with processing power. Now, we know that AI does exist with Google and their voice assistants and Tesla using AI for their self-driving solutions. So AI is nothing new, like I said. But I think now this frenzy that we're seeing and the rally that we're seeing in the AI sector is investors recognizing that there's now sort of an arms race now to see which company is going to be the first to bring AI to the masses. So investors are recognizing this, and you're trying to get in at the ground floor on companies that they think might be, the next Tesla or the next Amazon or the next Google or the next company that will develop that AI solution that will take over the market. Because I do believe that with this technology, there is going to be eventually a leader that has AI-driven products for a particular use case that will dominate the market. I don't think that's up for debate. It's just the way that technology is going right now. I believe AI is the next thing. But again, that's just my opinion. You can feel free to believe whatever you want to believe and form your own opinions from there, based on your own research, of course. But there's nothing wrong with discussing these items. But one thing I want to point out here is the fact that we're seeing such a increase in that entire sector, not just one particular company or a handful of companies. We're seeing a dramatic rise in companies in that entire sector. Now, what this shows is that there isn't a clear winner here, and investors are just pouring their money into companies that they think would actually eventually come out on top. I don't need a specialist or an expert, and you definitely don't need an expert to point out that this is basically just gambling, okay? Everyone's hedging their bets on who they think will come out on top, and they're spreading their money around. And I'm sure we're probably going to see the rise in a few AI-specific thematic ETFs, if we haven't seen them already, that are going to capitalize on this demand, right? But I say that to say this, until we actually see a use case and a solution that aligns to a revenue stream in a company, whether it's a revenue stream or the revenue stream that drives the company's profits, I don't see that this rally is going to be sustained long term, because these companies are all in the early stages, and whether or not they do have products that can be explained, we haven't seen that translate into actual profits for the company. So it's fair to say that a lot of these investors or a lot of people that are pouring money into these companies are pouring into it primarily based on hype and hope and feelings, which as an investor, you want to avoid investing based on anything emotional. You need to have a thesis before making any investment. Now, I'm not saying you should or should not invest in any AI company. What you do with your money is up to you, obviously. Don't listen to anyone on the internet that tells you to invest in a particular company without doing your own research and consulting a financial advisor. I just have to remind you of that. But as an investor, one of the key principles that Warren Buffett has said is to invest in things that you understand. If you can't understand it, and if it's something that you can't easily be able to explain to someone else, that is probably too complicated for you to understand, and then it's something that you should lead away from investing. So you want to invest in business that you understand and business that you're able to predict with a certain degree of accuracy what the profits and what the revenue should look like. Well, that's just what I think. What do you think? Do you think that AI is going to be the next big thing? Is there any AI company that you have your eye on in particular? Leave your comments and thoughts down below, as well as what you think about the whole investing frenzy and the hype around AI in general. That's it for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.